gbogbo nílẹ̀ òrìṣà o. Ilẹ̀ gbogbo nílẹ̀ òrìṣà o. Òrìṣà ńlá ló múlẹ̀ wáyé o. Ilẹ̀ gbogbo nílẹ̀ òrìṣà o. Ilẹ̀ gbogbo nílẹ̀ òrìṣà o. Ilẹ̀ gbogbo nílẹ̀ òrìṣà o. Òrìṣà ńlá ló múlẹ̀ wáyé o. Ilẹ̀ gbogbo nílẹ̀ òrìṣà o. Eri o. Èjì tá a bá láàrẹ̀ o. Ojú rọ̀ǹgbẹ o. Aláṣẹ ọ̀gánmúlẹ̀ rúru. Òrìṣà olúfọ́ni Dáúdù Ọbàtálá. A ò ní Dáúdù tí ń fi lúrú jiyàn. A ò ní Dáúdù tí ń fi gbẹ̀gìrì jọ́ka. A ò ní Dáúdù tí ń fi lápàtà jẹ̀kọ tí ń fi yangán sán yangán. Bàbá dáre màrè ọ́. Bàbá dé fọ́mà fún ọ lẹ́fun. Àfàìmọ̀ ò ní bá adé gàárẹ̀ ìgà òníláre ìfọ́nilé o ìfọ́nilé yéé mú kún ọmọ oríire tí ń sunkún àtẹ. Gbẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ gbẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ là ó túrẹ̀ fún ọ láàyè. Alágbẹ̀dẹ ọ̀run mọ̀rímọ̀rí tí mọ̀rí ọmọ tuntun òrìṣà èèpà. Ọbàtálá ọba táàsà ọba takuntakun lóde ìrọ̀jẹ́. Ọmọọmọ tí mọ̀rí ẹ̀dá mọ̀rímọ̀rí tí mọ̀rí ọmọ tuntun. Ọba tó sùnú àlà tó jínú àlà funfun gbòòlà. Mojúbà rẹ bàbá mi. Èèpà òrìṣà o, òrìṣà èèpà. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Miss Honeydrop, and if this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. I welcome you all to my channel. In this video, I'll be talking about Orisa Obatala. Before I go into the video in detail, I am offering tarot readings and Ifa divination. So both are available. I've been hearing murmuring about tarot is not Ifa. I don't recall ever saying tarot was Ifa. Tarot is associated with Kabbalah, and Ifa divination is associated with Ifa. So everyone have their own corner. I happen to be a practitioner of both. I'm a Kabbalist and I'm also an Isheshe practitioner. And I don't remember the Orishas ever asking me to be exclusive to Isheshe only. You know, in fact, there are many people who are in the Rosicrucian and the likes who actually come and ask, oh, can you please teach me Kabbalah, because they want to know more and understand it. And then some people are, please. Anyway, make sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button so you'll be alerted once new videos are uploaded. Yes, same thing. Anywho, who is Orisa Obatala? Obatala is the Orisha that was saddled with the responsibility of molding human beings. And after molding, Olodumare will come and pour his breath of life into them. He is known as the king of the white cloth. He is the father of all Orishas. He is Agbarisha. We also call him Babarugo. So he's a very special one. Yeah, he's got his mistakes, but he's really, I love Orisa. He's brilliant. Orishanla was given certain materials by Lady Mary during the creation story. Excuse my hand fan, by the way, it's really hot. That's why I've got a hand fan. I'm sweltering, literally. I've got a AC on. You probably can hear the sound, a fan, and I've still got this. So, jeez, it's really hot. Anyway, back to the story. Orishanla was married to Yemo and Yemoja, his wife. A lot of people think Yemo is Yemoja, but actually Yemo is completely different from Yemoja. Yemoja was very special to him, and she helped him a lot during the process of creating. So when Orishanla was coming to this earth, he came with a 5-fingered cockerel, snail shell, chain, some earth sample sand like thing, I believe, to just create earth based on Yoruba mythology. He's got children who happen to also be Orishas: Olufon, Ogiyan, Akire, and Olojo. I believe Obatala has a lot of children. I mean, he's the one who is making children, so what do you expect? He has a lot. But Olufon is the Daudu. Daudu means the first son, basically. The first son of the family. Olufon is situated in Iyanifa, and Ogiyan is Ejigbo. Akire in Ikire. Ikire. I think because I was saying it in English, it sounded somewhat English. And Olojo ni Ojo in Ojo. These are Obatala's children. Also known as Obatala's children, you hear the ones that are sacred to him: dwarfs, crippled, hunchback, and albinos. This has a lot to do with the mistakes Obatala made. They are called Eni Orisha. Others call them Ibino Shala. They are really sacred to him, you know. That being said, not everybody who is crippled is associated with Obatala, but if someone is born crippled, most of the time, the chances are high that they will be associated with Obatala. Now, Yemo, I don't even know where to start the palm wine story because it's in 2 parts. Well, basically, when he was coming with those items I described initially, he drank a lot of palm wine and he got drunk and he fell asleep. He couldn't carry on his work like the other Orishas, and they left him behind and carried on with their own duties. That was one of the major issues he had with palm wine. And then the second time was when he was making the Eni Orishas, and Yemo came into the room, met him already. You know, there was another thing that he had already done, which seemingly was a mistake. He has another name. I don't want to call him by the main name. Aroni Oshumare. She met him drinking palm wine, or at least sleeping, and had palm wine all over him and all that. And you know, after all this mistake had been made, he woke up. There was a lot of things that happened, basically, without stretching the story. Rather than her cautioning him, she gave him a palm wine to drink. And actually, he had made some, because like I said, he's saddled with the responsibility of creating humans. So he had already made something that came out not so good. So he was still dealing with the repercussion of that one. And then this woman comes, encourages him to have the last gourd of palm wine that is available. And then he carries on with the creation of the cripple, the albino, and the likes of them. And when Yemoja returned and saw this, she was really upset and furious, and she didn't really want to work with Obatala, because apart from being his wife, she was more or less like a help. She was more of what you call a helpmate, more than just a wife. I mean, she was an Orisha, and she was helping out with creation and all that. She really played a huge role in his life. I mean, Orisha Yemoja. Anyway, in the rage of the mistake, he turned Yemo into a staff. And that staff you would find at the Obatala shrine. Is always at the door, guarding it. So that's how her own journey basically ended. That staff is metal and it's got bells around it. So yeah, that's about that. When they're doing the consecration or initiation of Obatala, the items you'll find is Orisa Obatala, something like this. You get a bell like this. This is also Oje. Can you see it? This is supposed to be one like this, but the thing is, it's chunky, it's really big, and I've got small wrists, as you can tell. I'm a slim lady, so every time I wear it, it's just dancing around. It literally comes down here, so I just have the energy in the house. I don't really wear it because it's bigger than my wrist. Anyway, I just thought to show you guys Orisa Obatala, what it looks like. Usually when you want it for a long time, it's not this dark. It's kind of like, it looks more like this instead of this. This looks a bit dark because just like my Ide, this kind of connects to your energy, and the color changes. I mean, when I have my Ide on, when I'm upset, it gets discolored into something more brownish, like a burnt gold. But when I'm happy, it's very sometimes it's almost like a champagne color. The same thing goes for the Orisa Obatala. It changes in color in accordance to your energy. It will look almost silver sometimes. I've seen so many Orisa Obatala wearing it, and it's really beautiful. So you'll find Orisa Obatala in the Obatala consecration. You find the elephant tusk. Elephant is so sacred to Obatala. In fact, in part of the story, he was looking for that when it had to do with the frogs. I'll come back to that. I'm not really going to go into the story, but I'll touch on it a bit. There are quite a lot of things. Efru is another thing that is used during his consecration. These are things that Oshanla loves. Now, Oshanla is an Orisha that has a lot of ashe on him. His ashe is found in his turban, wrapped around his head. This light is so hot, it's burning my nose literally. So when you see me stroking my nose like so, it's because the light is affecting me, and I'm sorry, I can't fake it. Do Oshe Tua and Osaturupo. Oshanla used his ashe when it came to the, Oshu and how she was neglected. He used his ashe to change the baby. Oshe Tua gba tete. Ashe ale, ashe òwúrọ̀. Adifa fún bàbá arúgbó. Bàbá arúgbó jí láàárọ̀, ó lọ mú bàbá lọ́wọ́ dání. Wọ́n ní ṣarúgbó lóṣó, olóhùn ò lóṣó. Wọ́n ní ṣarúgbó lájẹ, olóhùn ò lájẹ. Wọ́n ní kí ló dé tí fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ tí fi ń ṣẹ́. Wọ́n ní ṣẹ́yìn ò mọ̀ wípé ohùn ẹni lọ̀rọ̀. Ohùn awo láṣẹ. Èyí tá a wí lónìí, ṣíṣe ni ó ṣe. Osu ló ní ó máa. How is, I'm trying to remember how that part is said. Osu ló ní ó máa ṣùnà. Awiyaro kan ni wi ti e ko ma se. See, Obatala is an Orisha that will say this should happen right now, it will happen. Listen, all Orishas have their own Ashe, but his own is special. It was given to him by Olodumare, and he uses it at very important junctions. Very important. There is no place where he uses Ashe that the story is not deep, that the story is not very important and still plays a major role, even in today's world. Agada godola we wili alado di fa fun gbaru mole ojikotun. Abu fun gbaru mole ojikosi. Abu fun osun osenge se oloya ayun nígbà tó nti kole orun bo wa kole ayé won la gboro. Wọ́n la gbọ́ ọba, wọ́n la bí àdá, wọ́n la bí ẹsẹ̀ ń tọ̀, wọ́n jáyé wá ayé wọn ògún, ìmọ̀ràn òjọ́. Wọ́n lọ b'Elédùmarè, wọ́n l'Elédùmarè kí ló dé táyé àwọn ògún tí ìmọ̀ àwọn òjọ́. Elédùmarè ní ẹni tó ṣe kẹtàdínlógún yín ńkọ́. She's a woman. He was asking about Ọ̀ṣun. Wọ́n ní nítorí pé jóbìnrin àwọn ò fi tí ẹ ṣe. Elédùmarè ní ẹ lọ fi tí ẹ ṣe. Gúnyán gúnyán tó bá ń gúnyán tí ò bá fi tọ̀ṣun ṣe. Iyán wọn a ní kókó. A bá wọn pé nímọ̀, a fìmọ̀ jẹ́ tọ̀ṣun. Roka tó bá ń roka tí ò bá fi tọ̀ṣun ṣe. Ọkà wọn a rọ̀ bẹ̀tẹ̀bẹ̀tẹ̀. A bá wọn pé nímọ̀, a fìmọ̀ jẹ́ tọ̀ṣun. Ajé ọmọ olóde ìbíní, obìnrin ní í ṣe. A bá wọn pé nímọ̀, a fìmọ̀ jẹ́ tọ̀ṣun. Àjẹ́ ọmọ olóde Ọ̀tà, obìnrin ní í ṣe. A bá wọn pé nímọ̀, a fìmọ̀ jẹ́ tọ̀ṣun. Ọ̀yà àdàgbàdà náà borí, obìnrin ní í ṣe. A bá wọn pé nímọ̀, a fìmọ̀ jẹ́ tọ̀ṣun. Ìyá mi ò ṣòro ẹ̀fọn, ẹ wá bá wa dá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí o. Ore yèyé Ọ̀ṣun o. The story is not about Ọ̀ṣun. But there's no way I'm going to talk about this that Ọ̀ṣun is not going to pop up. I mean, just the same way other Orishas have been mentioned. In Ossetua, the male Orishas were trying to push her to the side because she's a woman. They started playing the gender game. There were some things that they'll say, oh no, she can't come with them. She's not allowed here. I mean, you hear things like, oh, women can't enter Igbodu, women can't see Odu, women can't this, that. All these kind of things were going on basically. And Oshu just felt like, how dare you? I'm not lesser than you. Just like any other Orisha. I'm important. In fact, I play a major role and I'm going to show you that I am important. And she showed them it did. Trust me. Things just started going bad. Things were not working. Water dried up. There was drought. They do Itefa. The thing is not working. It doesn't have as much power. They do Etutuebo Konigba. It wouldn't be accepted. Everything just wasn't going as it should. So they went to meet Eledumare. Like, Eledumare, what's going on? You are the one that gave us this task to go on earth, to do this, to do this, to do that. Now we're doing all that you've asked us and it's not working. And he asked them, where is the 16th Orisha? That is the meaning of Enito Sheketa Dilogu Yinko. And they said, oh, because she's a woman, we don't think she's important. And he said, oh, you don't think so? I think you guys need to go back and plead with her because she's very important. In fact, she plays a major role, a key role in this all creation and all the other things, the task you guys have all been given. So they go back to earth to plead with Oreye Yoshu. Trust me. She didn't listen. She told them no, she's not going to forgive them. That the only way she's going to change her mind is she is pregnant right now. If the child in her is a lady, is a girl child, female, that everything will remain the way it is. But if it's a male, a boy child, then things will change. This is when Orisa Obatala decided to use his ashe, and he took it and spoke to the child inside of Oshu and said to the child that if you are a girl, right now I want you to turn into a boy. If you're a boy, stay the way you are, do not change. And when Oshun gave birth, he was a boy. In fact, the incidents around that period is what they use in naming the child. Oshe Tura, Oshe Otura, Oshe Otura, Oshe Tua, as we call it in the Isheshe community, because of the incidents that happened in relation to the birth of that child. And when this happened, things changed, things got better. They gave her more respect, compared to before where they just neglected her. And that is why up until today, any ebo that is done, if they do not recite the old Oshe Tua, Futu Fete, Kolegba, it's not going anywhere. It just wouldn't work, because this is part of the mandate of how things will. It's part of the condition rather that she gave to them, that until you recite my Odu, hey boy, you couldn't know. Babalawos always recite Oshe Tua on Ebo. In fact, there's no Ebo that is not important. I was going to say on important Ebo. Every Ebo is important. So that's how the story of Oshe Tua goes. The second place where Orisa Obatala used this ashe of his is in the story of the bat. I'm trying to remember the Odu that goes with that. I can't remember it. Something they owe me a jikmo. Listen, there are too many Odus to remember. Obatala was looking for water one day, and he looked everywhere, he couldn't find. He did everything, he didn't find water. He needed water, to carry on his molding, his creation. And then one day he saw water in the grove or somewhere in the bushes. What he didn't know was that the bat had gone for divination, asking how she would be able to have children. And the owl said to the bat that, go and dig up a ditch and put water in it, and every day be doing your iwure there, your prayer. So the bat did as she was told. I know this might sound ridiculous, it's all mythology, but this is how it's said in the Odu Fa. So the bat went and did as she had been told. Every morning would stay there for hours praying. One day Obatala comes to try and get some water. Now the thing is, when Osharla is going to fetch water in the morning, he doesn't speak to anybody, no matter how important it is. He does not speak to anyone. Now this bat sees him taking water and is like, the water that I've been putting there for such a long time, this one just comes from nowhere and tries to take it. No, you can't go. And then she started having a tussle with him, struggling until he was forced to speak and be, what is it? What do you want? Why is there so much chaos? Why are you stressing me? I'm only here to fetch water. What do you want? Like, the water you are fetching, I put it there, and there's a reason for it. Narrated the story, and then Oshala said, that's all? That's the reason? She said, yes. He said, okay, lie down flat, lie down on your back. So she laid, and he used his ashe, spoke to her that from today, you would always have children inside of you. Inside of the baby in you, there's a baby. Inside of the baby, inside of your baby, there's another baby. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Basically, bats, both male and female, I believe, can reproduce, children. they all have the ability to get pregnant and have children. I don't even think they need to mate before they can actually conceive and have children, because inside of the bat is pregnant, and the pregnant I'm sorry, the bat's pregnancy has another pregnancy inside of it. So when you open up the bat, you find a baby, and inside of the baby there's a baby, and inside of the baby there's another baby. So it carries on like that. It's like, you know, when you're looking at yourself in the mirror and the images just keep going. So it's something like that. Hope that kind of explains it. When you're looking at yourself in the mirror at the back and the mirror in front, it kind of casts many images of yourself. So that's how Oshanla used his ashe. There's another part where he used it with the toads and the frogs. They got stuck in a ditch and he helped them out. But anyway, that's another story. And they promised they were going to help him get elephants. So he made rain fall, and the rain got them out. But then they were deceitful, because they lied to him that they were going to help him get a whole elephant, only to realize that they changed it when they came out. So that's that about that. Now I'm just gonna touch on why Obatala doesn't wear black. He likes white cloth, or he's a king of white cloth for a reason why he stopped wearing black. In the Ogbefun follow, Obatala was told to stop wearing black, but because that was his war cloth, it was very difficult for him at the time. These are the goals: Ikeda, Ikegbe, Esurula, Oladanu. Ohun tó sọnù wọn ò rí. Ogbe ráúráú, ogbe páfẹ́páfẹ́. Adífá fún Òṣàlá, ọ̀sẹ̀rẹ̀ màgbò. Bàbá ń roko àgbódò, ẹníke. Wọ́n ní ó kára ńlẹ̀ ó jàre, ẹbọ ni kó yára ṣe. Òṣàlá, sorry, I've got something in my throat. Òṣàlá kọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀wù dúdú. Ilé lógún ọba ti bàjẹ́ lọ. This Zodu talks about how Obatala was told to stop wearing black, but he didn't listen. Obatala had gone for divination, and they told him that he should not wear black. So basically he was going to war, and they told him to do some ebo, which he did, but he was told, do not use black. And then he thought to himself that my war cloth is got charms on it and is black color. They're telling me not to wear black, so if I go to war, what am I going to use in fighting? You know, the Ashogun then would have all these different powerful charms all over them, and he just thought, I can't go to war without wearing it. So he went wearing this black thing. When he got to war, things got really bad. In fact, he lost. Not just did he lose, at some point he was scared that he was going to be carried as one of the slaves, you know, enslaved, you know, war casualty, war slaves. You know how they take people on and turn them into slaves during war? That almost happened to him, and he had to work on getting himself out of there and getting back home. Things got bad. Things just weren't working out, because he went to this Ogun called Ogun Agbofo Enike at that time. Now the thing is, he did the needful in terms of ebo and things like that. You know, the sacrifices was asked to do. but he did not listen to the warning, and that worked against him. And that this even happens in present time, where you'll be told, oh, do this ebo, do that ebo. People will spend a lot of money to do ebo, and then the one warning they are given, they would not adhere to it, and then everything just goes ape shit basically, haywire, goes bad. And then you're wondering, oh, is my village people? Is you? Well, technically it can be your village people, because in this old way it says that ile lo gun oba ti baje lo, ile ni ogun oba, that's Obatala, ile lo gun oba ti baje lo. The problem he's having is from his family. It stems from his own people. It stems from not adhering to what he's been told, to not wearing black cloth. So that is the reason why when he came back, he literally flung it away, threw it away. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with black, and all my children, all my generation must never wear black. So anyone who has Oshala as their Orisha, you realize that one of the main taboo is do not wear black. So that's the reason. This story is found in Ogbefun. The food that Obatala loves is he loves snails, he loves ewure, which is also goat, he loves efun, anything white. He likes white cloth, because I mean he's called Babarugbo for a reason. His teeth isn't even that good. Obatala uses a share to chew food, because he's, you know, he's an old Orisha, really old. They don't just call him Babarugbo for calling sake. He happens to actually be an old person. Do you understand? So those are the things he loves. He loves Obi, he loves Eyele, all those kind of stuff, but he doesn't like palm wine. His children are not to drink palm wine, they're not to wear black cloth. These are their taboos. They cannot sleep in a dark room. Anything associated with black, do away with it. They can't eat bats, because bats are sacred to him. They can't eat agbo as well. So there's so many taboos that are associated with him. I'm sure by the time you get initiated, if you happen to be an Obatala's child, you'll realize that there's so many that will come up for you outside of the ones I've even mentioned. I can't remember everything offhand, and also not every taboo is associated with everyone. So that's just the summary of Obatala, because if I were to go into all aspects of this Orisha, we can't go through it in one day. There are too many areas, you know, there's so many. The story of Abuki Oshia, Tiojube, Abi, Gbada Ikodo, too many, he's a very wonderful Orisha. I really love him. He happens to be one of my head Orishas actually. I didn't even realize it until last year, and then it all made sense to me why I had some, taboos in addition to everything else that I have, because those taboos are definitely only associated with him. I'm like, oh, it makes sense now, as well as seeing things and dreaming all things white, someone in all white talking to me. And I'm like, who is this person? I used to think he was Jesus Christ when I was a Christian. Apparently not. Hey, we've come to the close of the Obatala video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned. Stay connected. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Share this content with people. There are many people who want to know more about Sheshe, want to know more about Orishas, maybe even Orisa Obatala. Share with your friends, share with your family, frenemies even. And yeah, make sure to contact me if you've got any question. Leave a comment, send a message. You can follow me on Instagram at Mizoni Drop. You can send me an email as well. I'm mizonidrop@gmail.com. I'll definitely respond. Even if it's not that same day, I will definitely respond. I always do. Anyway, thank you. I'll see you another time. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.